AEW Full Gear goes down this weekend. And look, it's fun to break down what we think could happen. But what's even more fun is to try to look at ourselves. So let's do the AEW Full Gear preview with what I would do going into Saturday's big event. It is another AEW pay-per-view Full Gear going down this weekend, and there will be a breakdown of what I think will happen. But today, we're going to look at what I would do for this show. Like I said in our look ahead, maybe not the most buzzy of AEW shows, but I still think it's going to be a pretty good one here. So let's break it down. Not going to do what I would do in the pre-show stuff. I'm good. But for the main card, let's start with the AEW Women's World Championship. Kris Statlander taking on Mercedes Moné. I am growing tired of the Mercedes Moné gimmick. I said to you guys that I wished that she would have lost the ROH TV title match on Dynamite Collision, whatever, on Wednesday. I feel like there needs to be a bit of an advancement in this. And so if it were me, Statlander does get a victory here. I think her title reign is kind of just starting. And when we're looking at building up stars in this division, Statlander can be one of them and does feel like she is at a certain level, but a win over Mercedes Moné helps that out, and a loss, I think, really hinders it. The one reason why I have a bit of pause on it, and maybe this is more what I think they will do, is that they just beat Mercedes for the championship at All Out. And so you do have a concern of having this performer that has a lot of equity and really abusing that equity by having her lose in all of these big spots so that when she eventually loses the TBS championship, it becomes maybe not as important of a win as we thought it should be. So I do have some worries about that. But I feel like, to me, the project is Statlander, and she should get the victory here. Tag team titles on the line. FTR against Brodyto with Bandido and Brody King. I have loved that tag team together. FTR have been excellent as heels for a bit now. Like the stuff with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat a couple of weeks ago. Excellent. Just, chef's kiss. All of it. Really, really great. But I still think this is Brodyto's time. They just have such a connection with the audience. The one thing is that they probably have a connection enough that they should be pushed more as singles guys, but I don't know where the room is for them in a singles capacity right now. I do wonder about the Continental Cup and having both of these guys in it, and now just taking up your tag team titles for a month by having these guys in singles competition. So maybe it's better to have the belts on FTR, let these guys just ball out in the Continental Cup and go from there. But if it were me, I keep the momentum with these guys. That this is a tag team that is over right now. Let's not mess with it. I would go with Brodyto. Up next, it is the $1 million trios match with Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express taking on the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. They are doing a major will they, won't they tease with the Young Bucks in joining the Callis family at this particular time. Kenny Omega with the Jurassic Express. I do think, again, when we get to the what they will do, I do think the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander probably get somewhat of a win, and we kind of keep that story going. But I think I am ready to have the Young Bucks as baby faces again. We tried it with the EVP thing. We got really bored of it for a bit. This money story has been okay. I kind of wish it would go away, but it's been all right. But I'm ready now for these guys to be on the babyface side of things again. And so I would have Omega and the Jurassic Express get the win. Young Bucks get turned on by the Callis family. And that kind of starts something there. So that is the direction that I would go. The Casino Gauntlet for the inaugural AEW National Championship. If it were me, I would forget to schedule this and throw that belt in the trash. Up next, Kyle Fletcher with Don Callis taking on Mark Briscoe. No DQ match for the AEW TNT Championship. I do know there is the stipulation as well. If Briscoe loses this, he joins the Callis family. I think that group has gotten a little big or a lot big. I do think the story of Mark Briscoe having to be in that heel group, I think there would be some interesting stories to tell, and I think that's probably the way they would go with it. But honestly, I think Kyle Fletcher's ready for the main event picture and the main title picture kind of permanently. So I would have Briscoe win this here. No DQ. You can do somewhat of a defense protected finish thing and have Mark Briscoe go over Kyle Fletcher. You could have MJF come back and try to get the TNT title from him, or just ignore that altogether. But I would have Briscoe get the TNT championship, and I would use the TNT title for what I think it should be for, and that is elevating someone up to a championship level with Kyle Fletcher. So that is what I would do, is have Briscoe win this one. Darby Allin against Pac. I think Pac, obviously, injuries have gotten in the way of what is a phenomenal performer and an excellent career. But right now, Darby's kind of supposed to be the star. So I would keep that momentum going with Darby Allin, building it up for this match. Building him off of this match, Get him a win, and again, keep pushing that one up toward the title picture as well. We have a 4-way tag team match with the 4 teams left in the women's tag team title tournament. The winning team gets to choose the stipulation for their semifinal match in the women's tag team title tournament. And so because of that, I would guess either of the heel teams, either Shafir and Bane or the Sisters of Sin, end up getting the win here. It's going to go to one of the heel teams, I think, to kind of force that. I would go with Shafir and Bane getting the victory here and picking something fucking insane for their matchup. That's my pick, and that's what I would do. Let them kind of bring out this whole deathmatchy thing again, or some kind of a something with that team, because I think right now they need to look really strong in this tag team bout. Up next, Jon Moxley against Kyle O'Reilly, no holds barred match. I know you kind of keep the story going with Jon Moxley tapping out to Kyle O'Reilly if that happens again. I don't know if I see them doing that a third time with Moxley and O'Reilly. I feel like if you were just going to have Moxley lose again, then there's no point for this. So I think Moxley probably gets something here, but gets too much help, and that ends up with a bit more of that fracture in the Death Riders that we have been waiting for. And then the AEW World Championship. It is Hangman Adam Page against Samoa Joe in a steel cage for the World Championship. I am sure this match is going to be excellent. I am sure this match is going to be violent, but I am also sure that Hangman Page should be the one winning this. Joe cut an amazing promo on Dynamite on Wednesday, but this is Hangman's time. This is Hangman's feud, and it's Hangman's match. He's been pretty good in these wild steel cage matches, so I would anticipate a Hangman Adam Page victory to close things out at Full Gear. So that's what I would do. What would you do? Let me know either in the chat or in the comments below, and we can have a good old wrestling talk. Also, we are an hour and a half into the stream and getting to the wrestling now. If you want just the wrestling, there's a podcast for that. It is called Living Room Lariat from Couch Potato Diary. It is available wherever you get your podcasts, so check it out on Spotify or on Apple. Yeah, just trying, again, I know I've been bad about getting the bonus stuff over there, but we are going to put some bonus content on that particular podcast. And honestly, this, what I would do is going to be part of the bonus. This one's not going to show up on the Couch Potato Diary podcast. This is only going to be on Living Room Lariat. So some stuff like this, a little bit of an extra deeper dive, is going to end up in the Couch Potato, or in the Living Room Lariat podcast each week. That is the plan for that right now. So check it out wherever you get your pods.